Okay, here's a quick video that'll show you how to add a new company into PanatrackerGP. Normally when we do the installs, or if we're doing an upgrade with you, these companies we've already included as part of that install. But if you add another company, or if you add a test company, or if you make some other changes, and you want to be able to add that company so that PanatrackerGP can see it, then this is how you would do that. There's really 4 steps here. They're all relatively simple. First, you'll want to configure SQL security for the PanaTracker account so that the PanaTracker system can see that that new database. Second, you'll want to tell PanaTrackerGP about that new company. Third, you'll want to alter a profile in PanatrackerGP, or just simply create a new one to use that new GP company. And fourth, you'll want to configure any devices if need be to use that new profile. So let's attack that first step. What we're going to do here is we're going to take a look at the logins for the SQL Server database. The PanaTracker account is typically the standard that we use for how we're seeing that database in there. So we're going to go under User Mapping, and I already have this this company configured, but let's pretend that I'm going to just now add it. So MBINS is a new GP company that you want to add in. We're going to click it here, and then we want to make sure that we're part of the DINE group for that. That's all we need to do there. So again, find that company that's in there, the new one that you've added, make certain that the PanaTracker account has the DINE group privilege for that, and click OK. That's the first step. The second one is we're going to want to go into the PanatrackerGP system and tell it about that company. So I'm going to go in here under the System Settings and under the Companies tab. I already have this in there, but it's as simple as doing a doing that. So in my instance, I already have MBINS added, so I'm not going to complete this step. But as long as this is here, this is the list of companies that we will see inside of GP. Third, we're going to alter a profile or create a new one to use that new GP company. So under the profile configuration, you'll recall that these are basically ways to separate different handhelds or different default settings into different things. So for example, here we have a to profile name that's talking to the to company. Here we have a test one that's talking to the to, and here we have a production one. So our production one's already using MBINS, but let's say that we want to alter this test one so that we're doing this against the MBINS database. And in this case, that's all we have to do here. So I'll just click Update. So basically, this list of target companies is the one that you've just set up in this System Settings Companies database. So pretty simple. If you need to add a new profile, obviously just click it here. When you do that, then you'll have the ability to wire that up for this. So that was the third step. And then lastly, this fourth step, presuming that you want to be able to use a handheld device against this, or it would be a pretty short trip to add that company, this is where you would do that. So for example, on that profile that I created for test, I'll take this device, for example, and then I can simply select that profile. All right, and because that profile is the one that was set up here, it is the one that's talking to the MBINS database. So the reason we do this with multiple profiles is if you, for example, have a company and you want to have 2 different sets of settings, or you want to only allow, for example, in a warehouse environment, only some of these transactions to be done versus in a different part of the environment other ones, you can set up different profiles. And then you'll see here under for example, these inventory settings, for each one of these profiles you have the ability to say, under the production profile or under the test profile, I may want label printing enabled, or I may want them to change the site or not change the site, etc. That's the reason that those are separated. So it gives you a great deal of flexibility doing that. At any rate, that's it. That's only the steps that are needed in order for you to create a new profile or create a new company and add it to a profile.